Hello, this is Judah with the Alaskan Outdoors, and we got this blacktail here, and I'm going to show you guys how to process a deer. So earlier, I turned into a backpack, and this is why you leave those tendons so you can hang it up. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to skin it, and there's no right or wrong order. You're just going to do what's most comfortable for you. I usually like starting the top down, and then I skin it down to the head. I remove the head, and then I'll quarter it out and debone it. All right, so I start right here in the middle. You have the evidence of sex attached. And you just cut up to the top towards the anus and just cut away. I don't like this knife. So I am using a fillet knife right now. You can use whatever you have or whatever's comfortable for you. Right now I'm just clearing some space. And what I'm going to do is cut all the way up on the top. And the reason why I'm doing it this way is so I can pull it down a little bit later and so I don't get as much hair on the meat. No one likes hair on their meat. At least I don't. Maybe some people do. Should sharpen this knife more. And so what I'm going to do is cut all the way up. Be careful not to cut that ligament or the tendon. And just peel away. You're not worried about the fat or silver skin right now. So, let's see here. Hey, buddy. Are you going to help clean the deer? That's not how we do it, though. And so, what the nice thing about deer, once you get all that cut off, you give it a good, healthy pull, and it'll come right down. And then, I don't know if you guys can see, right here, this side right here, you just pull and work your way. This is the thinnest part of hide, so like even if you're skinning, like say a wolf or something like that, you gotta be careful with that part. It's easy to put nicks in. Grab the shorter knife. You don't have to hang out if you don't want to, Elijah. You can go just chill, watch TV. What you're gonna end up doing is vacuum packing, because I'll be starting to get all this going, and then actually you don't have to help at all. I mean, but
let me know whenever you have something.
Yeah, there's literally nothing you can do right here except watch. And I'm not a professional by any means. Everyone has their own way and style of doing it. Nice thing is it's not rocket science. You know, you get the skin off as cleanly as possible. Depending on, say you want to use the hide or something. Occasionally Chevy likes using the hides. Or we have some friends that want the hides to tan or turn into something. So there's no right or wrong way to do it. I just think it's the quickest way for me. It takes me about an hour to fully process a quarter out of a debone a deer at the house. And that's just me going nice, leisurely, and nice and slow. This knife's a little dull. I might go grab one of my sharper knives. But getting started is honestly the hardest part. In a minute here, I'm just going to be able to peel the whole deer down, the whole hide. Honestly, I should have lowered it a hair, but we got her. Alright, so now that I got it all started, as you can see, it's all started. You can just grab a handful and give it a good pull. It'll strip right down. You know, I've tried putting a rock in the cape of the neck before and using the truck to pull the hide off. It mostly worked, but the head came off first, so. Get each leg down. It's almost ready to be pulled off. I also like cutting straight down the middle, all the way to the bottom of the neck. Gets it all started. And then you can cut from right here. I like cutting under the armpit to that center cut I just did. So sometimes it's easier just to spread it open. But you can get it started too. Okay, has a bit of fat on them still. It's November 1st, so they haven't been rutting that long yet. Oh, great. Don't rain too hard, please. I've already been drenched today enough getting these deer. It was dumping. Yeah, I need to grab a sharper knife. Holy cow. Oh, that's sleet. It's pretty warm outside for sleet. All right. So what I'm gonna do is just cut down, clear out the ribs. Trying to keep as much meat as I can on them. I'm just gonna start peeling down now. So it'll start just naturally coming off. You cut, let's see if I can stand here and show you guys. Just cut along the sides. Keep it tight to the hide. There's always gonna be this meat on there, but you just hold it and it'll show you exactly what to cut. This is that part that you gotta be a little careful on, but I'm just letting the knife do the work. I'm not really putting any pressure. You don't have to be precise with your cuts or anything. Just keep on grabbing that. Is it sleeting, buddy? You wanna go inside? It's been a year since I've done this. Woo! Is this sleeting? Gonna go inside or are you okay? So the tail is super easy. You just grab the tail, cut against the joint right there. You'll see the joint, just like the legs earlier. And you just work your way down. There you go. You'll hear a nice satisfying little pop when you cut the joint. Shouldn't dull your knife at all. So now, once everything's gone, so I got it all the way around pretty good. And all the way down, it's all the prep work. You just grab it by the tail and pull down. And if you can't get it off because say it's stuck on there pretty good, just work your way down. It's funny how much smaller these deer get once you take the hide off. See, that's just coming down nicely now. All right, let's just work on this brisket part. Just cut through there. That's gonna fall off the shoulder. So the shoulder's only, it's like our shoulders, you know, it's only attached by muscles. The front shoulders are. And you're just consistently working your way down the whole time. I seriously regret not sharpening this knife. This is a lot easier with a sharper knife. So I cut down as far as I can on the neck because the neck is a lot of good stew meats. You throw it in the crock pot, forget about it, make tacos, or even throw it in the Instapot. Makes good taco meat, huge steaks. So the nice thing about deer when they're rutting, they have a lot more mass on their neck. In August, in September, and early October, they quite a bit less meat on their neck. All right. So once I get to the bottom of the neck right here, I just cut all the way through both sides, or all four sides, to the bone. I want you to the bone on both sides. Don't throw your knife. Usually it's a nice little push and twist, like so. He's gonna take a little bit more. Alright. I'm just kidding. He's a little stubborn. I'll be right back. Oh, got it skinned. Started dumping rain.
How's the equipment?
It's good, I think. Sometimes I like to cheat. Why don't you cut through all the meat? Just gonna cut through the bone. There you go. Easy peasy. That's a butt caped out. He got shot in the head. That's why his skull's like that. All right, now we're just left with the meat. And this is when you, I separate mine into two containers. One container is ground meat, and the other container is roast. So I start from the bottom up. I like taking the shoulders off. And I grind all the shoulders. I don't even bother trying to turn them into steaks. But one shoulder comes off. Just cut up. One shoulder. Two shoulder. Then I get the flank meat. That's all ground. Just follow along the ribs. This is the flanks. I think this is the brisket on the. No, that's not the brisket. This is flank steaks. I'm stupid. Don't listen to me. These are flanks on the deer. It's all good to grind. Oh, he has all this fat and kidneys in here. Little fatty guy. We'll cut all this off to get to the tenderloins here in a second. Alright, you can just cut it off now. Just pull it out. Yeah, don't forget the tenderloins. Tenderloins are some of the best parts. And it's right underneath here. Here's the diaphragm. I'll cut out the rest of the diaphragm. This is the diaphragm. I don't know. I wouldn't eat the diaphragm. But right here is the two most tasty morsels on a deer, besides the backstrap. And you just follow the spine like you would a fish. And then I got all this fat right here. Let's see if you guys can see it. And you just peel all the way up. There you go. Do not grind these. These are the tenderloins. And they are some of the best morsels of meat you can get. So there's two of them. There's two of everything on a deer. It's all symmetrical. This is all the fat. There you have at it. 2 tenderloins. And that's cleaned out pretty good. So then, I guess we can get the back straps. Oh, I'll get the neck meat. I'll work my way from the bottom. So, neck meat, there's like no good particular way. So, since I'm going to grind this, I'm going to throw it in the freezer. Just cut it in chunks. Because then I'm going to have to cut it into smaller chunks after I throw it in the freezer. Because when you grind meat, you want it to be nice and cold, half frozen preferably. It grinds so much better. And that's all going to be ground, so there's no wrong way to cut it. This meat, it looks delicious. It's still warm actually. And he was shot at 8 a.m. this morning, and it's probably 5 o'clock now, almost. And you just get all the meat off as much as you can until you get to the bones. So this is the esophagus. Cut that. And you'll feel the vertebrae. So this is like all being blocked by the vertebrae. Get as much as you can off though. So it's like almost like a tuna. Not that I've ever cleaned a tuna. Cut into fours. The neck's pretty much done there. And then I'm going to cut alongside the back strap here. The back strap is I don't know, tenderloins and back straps, my favorite part. So I don't want all this fat. deer fat is more like, it's actually tallow. It's not like beef, you know. And this time of year, it leaves like very waxy, and it doesn't taste that good. So I'm gonna trim most of this fat off. So here's where the back straps are located. They go from right here at the bottom of the rump. I mean, they go a little bit past it, but what I've learned, it's easier to cut right here, right at the end of the legs, cut to the spine, cut down the spine. You can feel it, the spine. And you can start from the bottom or the top, but you just hold it here. The nice thing is the back strap, the silver skin, and the fat will, it's easy to strip off once you pull the back strap off and you have it in the kitchen on the counter or something. And so you can just feel along the ribs, cut along the ribs all the way to the spine. And you can just grab and gently pull and slice. It's almost like filleting a fish. There we have it. There's a delicious morsel of meat right here. See, it comes right off that piece of fat. This is the back strap. Delicious, delicious, delicious. And then I can just take this. It's easy to take off when you have a cutting board. And that is that half of the back strap's gone. I can just work on this side, I guess. That's good flank meat. That's all ground right from the ribs. So we're required to collect the ribs. That's part of one of the main parts you have to grab as an Alaska. It's one of the Alaska laws, so you don't have waste. So there's a good technique how to get rib meat. And how you do it is you just poke one hole in right beside the rib like that. Then you go on the other side and go all the way down and then up. And then since you already have that hole, it stays stretched. You go down and up. And you get all the rib meat. And once I do this, it'll be relatively clean here in a second. See if I can show you guys. Another thing sometimes I do is grab a Sawzall and cut all the ribs off and just throw them in the crock pot. The dogs love the rib bones. They're nice and soft for them too. Yeah, just keep going down. Then I'll come over and get the top of the ribs here in a second. Sometimes it's easier to like do most of the meat. So you got all the meat off the top. Let's see the meat off these. Oh. And you just go down until you get all of them. There really isn't a lot of meat on these ribs. It is tedious for the amount of meat you get, but it's legally required. So once you get all the rib meat, that's pretty much. And you get these legs, but I'm gonna do the other side now. Get the back strap and that side of the ribs. So just feel down along the ribs. Place it's all cut down to the spine. You can run up and down it a couple times. Pretty much got it to the spine there. And now I'm gonna go this way, come to the spine, and just drag the knife. Honestly, if this knife wasn't so dull, it'd be a lot easier. I'm definitely gonna sharpen the knife after this one because I got 2 more deer to do. There we have it, the other back strap. Usually you can just peel this top layer of fat off. Let's see here. No problem. Alright. That's that backstrap. See if I can get this layer of fat off. And I have a bunch of friends. I actually give the entire carcass to them like this. And so they get they boil the bones, they make bone broth, and they get all the meat off. Every single last bit of it. Alright. I'm going to peel, like fillet the meat off the ribs. That's good meat right there. So now you can see the ribs a lot easier. And then rinse and repeat, get all the rib meat off. It's a little tedious, but it's good to respect the animal. You know, we're not just killing it for fun. We're killing it for food. Honestly, the sad part is I don't even get an adrenaline rush anymore from these things. I mean, I'm sure I'd get an adrenaline rush if it was a big one, but every time I kill one, I just see work. I'm like, ugh. But this is good work. I do love doing it. You know, nothing feels better than providing for your family. You know, this is organic, wild grown, Alaskan blacktail, you know. I know exactly where my food came from. I know it's healthy, no steroids, no hormones. I mean, what more does someone want, you know? The nice thing about all this ground meat, you can make pepperoni sticks, you can make sausage, you can make, you know, whatever you want. I'll go to the store and I'll buy some pork fat to mix in with it. And you get a bunch of seasonings. Anything is you don't even have to do it immediately. Like you can just put it all in the freezer, vacuum seal it, and then do it later. Once we get to the hind legs, that's where all the roasts are. And that's what we put in the crock pot. We turn into steaks, jerky. Some meat. So there's some brisket meat here I can get. Oh, stop raining. That's the negative thing about Ketchikan, though. It never stops raining. I mean, don't get me wrong, there is good weather, but hey, babe,
Yeah.
do you want to do a live stream?
I know.
Yeah. Of this? On this of the next deer?
On your YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube or Twitch. Probably Twitch.
You want to?
I can grab my phone or your phone and stream it from there.
Can you do it on my old phone?
Yeah. Because I have Wi-Fi. I'm almost done with this deer. Just gotta do the hind legs.
Make sure you do an outro for that video.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. That's not how you process a deer. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. I made cookies.
You made cookies. Let's go. Yeah, I need two phones. I need mine and yours. Do you have another? Where's my other phone stand so I can read chat? All right, so that's the whole bottom part of the deer done. Now I'm going to do all the roast, and I'm gonna bone them out. So I just cut down the middle right here on the crotch. There's ways you can be really specific about it and cut exact roast and stuff, but I'm over it. I just cut straight to the bone down that line. Feel that bone right here. You cut out on that last like rib-like bone. I don't know what it's called. Oh, I wish I was more of an expert on this stuff, and I'm really not. Done it a lot. I'm an expert at eating them. That's the only thing I'm an expert at. So right now I'm just getting this one off the bone. Cutting to the knee. Back kneecap. Get all that silver skin off. Cutting the bone. And that makes one good meal. So I base my roast off meals. You know, that we're in a crock pot. Throw that in the crock pot like that and be golden. The potatoes, carrots. It's amazing. Onions. And all the scraps that you didn't do it. It's just better ground meat. I don't know if you guys can see, but all the muscles have like a line. Like technically, I think you can do this without cutting any meat at all. But here we are. Another roast. And each one of these roasts have a name too. Like there's the Eye of Round. I think it's the only one I know. the hip bone is the weirdest part for me. Like, it's weird how their butt bone is like right there for me. He's got to cut like way around it. Yeah, you definitely want to grind the these calves. That stuff should be ground up. So all these extra scraps, you just trim off, throw in the ground pile. It's all good. Honestly, this is probably my favorite part of the deer, besides after the backstraps and tenderloins, is the rumps. Whew. Last rump. Split this in half. That's because it's going to make good 2 meals. All right. Get the calves How long is this recording?
58 minutes.
Oh, exactly an hour, huh? I'm pretty much done. All right. And then you can cut the tendon now if you want. It'll just like pop off, but the other one will hang. Oh, look at that. There's some hide holding it, so we get lucky. Get that last piece of meat off this leg. This knife is dual.
Then we could boil those bones down, make them into taco meat.
Yeah. Actually, I had to call Paul so they can come pick these up. Pretty clean, huh?
Looks good. You were after yet?
No, I haven't yet. Do this last leg.
Better hurry so I can give you a cookie.
Cookie. How did they come out?
Really good.
I'm sure they did. Getting that bacon down pretty good. Cut around. There's some kneecaps and tendons and all that stuff you don't want in there. You don't want to eat that. I'm going to cut this tendon right here. This is the last part. You get all these chunks of meat off. There you go. That's like, I don't know, 20 pounds of carcass now. But yeah, that's roughly how you clean a blacktail. I mean, there's nothing to it now. I separate it, like I said, I separate it into the ground meat and the steaks. And we're going to ground this whole pile. I got to debone the shoulders first and then throw it in the freezer and grind it and then do that. But yeah, one deer gets a good amount of meat. I'd probably say it's probably 45 pounds. That's probably 15. So 60 pounds of meat is what I got from that deer. Thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you guys soon.